Hey everyone, this is BremSter, and tonight I'm coming to you with a puzzle called But They Don't Check Out. I have no idea what the reference to that one is. This is by Twototenth. This was not submitted by Twototenth. I can't remember the last time Twototenth submitted a puzzle. This was recommended, and the person who recommended it did an amazing job. They followed all of my submission guidelines, and they even included a screenshot where they asked Twototenth if they could submit the puzzle, and Twototenth apparently responded and said yes. So that was fantastic. I'm assuming none of that was faked or anything. I mean, they didn't fake the submission, but the screenshot. I think I've got permission from Twototenth to do puzzles. If there's a problem, then I'll pull the video and mea culpa, but I think I'm okay. So yeah, fantastic when people discover puzzles that they think would be great for the channel and then submit them, and that is a recommendation. That's just fantastic. So thank you to the person who did that. I don't want to call that person out because this is a 2 to 10th puzzle and all of the effort should go to the setter. I am nervous about this one because this is a constraint I've struggled with a lot in the past. So I think the last time I did one of these, actually the last time I did one of these, the video never got seen because I couldn't solve it. But the last time I did one of these on the channel, it did not go well. So we'll see how it goes. Not much to call out. By the time you see this, I'm probably completely underslept because I've done the Server Slam weekend for Diablo 4. Either that or I couldn't get in because it was the Server Slam weekend and I'm fine. I'm just a bit grumpy. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Digits in cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage, and digits cannot repeat within cages, although that is not relevant here. And here we get to the bit that always tricks me. Numbered rooms. Clues outside the grid are numbered rooms clues. They indicate the digit to be placed in the nth cell in the corresponding direction, where the N is the first cell in that direction. So look at this 2 clue. I'm going to pick something that is completely impossible. Let's say that is a 9, which it cannot be because that would break the 9 cage. If this was a 9, this would mean that the 2, because the 2 is the clue, has to be placed in the 9th cell on this row. So that would make this the 2. If this was an 8, then this wouldn't be the 2. This would be the 2. And that's what that clue means. So the 2 gets placed in what the cell in this row, which is whatever is in that digit there. Really, really interesting constraint. I've seen this around a lot recently. I'm terrible at them. So let's restart the puzzle and try and get better together. Although I'm recording this before you see it, so togetherness. Let's give this a shot. Where do I start on this puzzle? So often people give you something in box 1. So there is definitely entropy going on here. So one of these digits, so a 9 cage. How do you make up a 9 cage? You've got either 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4. But there is entropy going on here. But from 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4, this has to be from 1, 2, or 3. Because 2 of those digits are always low. Because if 2 of them were medium, you've got 4 and 5 and you've already hit 9. So, and from here, you've got a low and a medium. Right. So the 2, one of them is in here, and this is pointing to the 2 and can never be a 1. Because if this is a 1, then that would mean that the 2 is in the first cell, which is where you just put the 1. So you can never put a 1 in here. But you can never put a 2 in here either, because if you put a 2 here, that would indicate that the 2 is here. And if you put a 2 here, so this can never be 1 or 2. But there has to be a 1 or a 2. So this can't be a 3. This is the 1 or the 2. Now, if this is 2, 3, 4, that doesn't... You can... If this is 2, this would have to be 2, and that doesn't work. This is a 1. There's no 2 in this cage. So if you put a 2 here, that puts a 2 here. That doesn't work. If you put a 2 here, that puts a 2 here. That doesn't work. If you put a 2 here, that puts a 2 here. There's no 2 in this cage. That's what I needed to see. So this cage, the only way to do a 9 cage without a 2 is 1, 3, and then 1, 3, 5. And because... yeah, if I put a 2 here, then this has to be a 2, and that's a break. And if I put a 2 in either of those, that puts a 2 in either of those, and that's a break. Yeah, and I can't use 144 because 144 doesn't work. That puts a 2 in one of those and a 2 in one of those because of the 3-5. Now, that puts 2 up here somewhere, but the lack of 2 up here, that's really interesting. That's very, very interesting. Now, if this was 2 and 4, that actually works, I think, because if this is 2, 4, that means if this is 2, that would make this 4, but it would also make this 7, and 2, 4, and 7 is 13. So this could be the 2. Hang on. Whatever this is positioning the 4 and the 7 in these. So if this is 4, this is 7. 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 That's interesting. But could I do this without being 2, 4, 7? Like if this is 5, these have to sum to 8. And I could do that, I think. Like I could do 7 and 1 because they're not impacted by the clues at all. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. What about here? Actually, the 15 cage. Although I've still got entropy going on. Like this can't be 4, 5, 6. Because if this was 4, 5, and 6... Actually, yeah, let's look here. If this was 4, 5, and 6, so with a 15 cage, you've either got a low digit, a middle digit, and a high digit, or it's 4, 5, 6. And this is something you learn about 15 cages when you solve puzzles. If you look at the options, you'll have 1s, 2s, and 3s, or 4, 5, 6. 1s, 2, 3s, a 4, 5, or 6, or a 7, 8, and a 7, 8, 9. So one low, one middle, and one high digit, or it's 4, 5, 6. If this is 4, 5, 6, then the 4, 5, 6 combination in here will put 5s in here. You can never put 5 here, because that would also put 5 here. Can't put 5 here, that would put 5 here. But if these are 4 and 6, that would put 5s here and here, and that doesn't work. So this cannot be 4, 5, 6. This has to have entropy to it. If there's a 3 in the cage, it's there. If there's a 1 in the cage, it's there. But all I know is it's not 4, 5, 6. Is that right? What about the 20 cage? Well, the 20 cage, I mean, I can't put 7 in any of those. I struggle with numbered rooms. I really struggle with numbered rooms. Well, actually, this is limited. Because how do you make 20? You can't use a 1 or a 2 in the cage. You just can't, because then the digits have to sum to 9. The 2 digits have to sum to 19 or 18, and that doesn't work. If I was to do 3, 8, 9, that would put 3 here because I can't put the 3 in. These would be 8, 9, and the 7s would have to go here, which doesn't work. So this is not 3, 8, 9. If this is 5, the other digits would sum to 15. Now, I could do 5, 6, 9, but I couldn't do 5, 7, 8 because that would put the 7s here. I can't put 7 in here at all anyway. So this can't be 5, 7, 8. Which means there is a 9 in this cage, I think. Because if I don't use 5, 7, 8... Six. Oh, I hate killer options. I can't use 5, 7, 8. If I use a 4 in the cage, I need to use 16, which would be 7, 9. I can't use 1, 2. 3 means I have to use 8, 9. 4 means I have to use 7, 9, which I could do. 5 means I have to use 6, 9, or 7, 8. If I use 6, I need another 14. Aren't I repeating at this point? 14 would be 9, 5, where I'm using the 5, 8, 6, which doesn't work, or 7, 7. Yeah, I'm repeating at this point. So 4, 7, 9. So 5, 6, 9, or 4, 7, 9. But I can never put 7 in either of those. So this is 7 with 4, 9. Or 5 with 6, 9. And there must be a 9 in one of those two. And that means there must be a 7 in one of those two and in one of those. Wait, this can never be the 7, because if this is the 7, I'd have to put a 2 there, and I can't do it. I can't put a 2 in those. This is 5, which means this is 6, 9, which means the 7s are in those. So only one of these can get a 7. This is nuts. Which puts 5 down here, which means there's no 5 in this 15K. I'm going to use the killer calculator. There's just too many options. There's no 5 in this 15 cage at all. And I can't put... I can't put a 1 in either of those, but I could put a... No, I can't put a 1 in this cage at all. Because if I put a 1 in either of these cells, then it's a 1 and a 5. And if I put a 1 here, I'm conflicting with that. So there's no 1 in this cage at all. If I put a 2 in either of those, I've got a problem. But I could put a 2 there. But if I put a 2 here, these have to sum to 13. And the 13 would be 9, 4, which is not possible. 8, 5, which is not possible. Or 7, 6, which is not possible. So I can't put a 2 in this cage, because I can't put a 2 there, because I can't put a 5 there. And if I put a 2 there, 4, 9 is not possible, 8, 5 is not possible, 6 and 6 is not possible, because of the options that are available. So there's no 2 in this cage. 3 would go here, and I would need another 12. Couldn't use 9, 3, 8, 4 would be here, 7, 5 is not possible, and 6, 6 doesn't work. So 3 with 4, 8. And if there's a 4 here... No, because I have to have... I've already discussed this. I have to have entropy. I must have a 1, 2, or a 3, and I can't do a 2 or a 3. This is the 3. This is 4, 8. Which means the 5s are here and here, which means there's no 5 in this 14 cage. I'm just going to stick to the killer calculator. I just need it. I'm not using the pencil mark checker. But if these are the 4, 8, there's no 5 there because there's no 2. This is the 5. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 7. Well, there's no 1 there. And 2 here means this is the 7, which makes this actually a 9 because of that clue. That's so cool. So now there's a 9 in this 13 cage. So these sum to 4. So those are 1 and 3. So that's not a 2. This is a 2. The 9 makes this a 4, which makes this an 8 and this a 4. There's no 4 in this 14 cage, the same as there's no 5. This 3 can't be in any of those. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's not 4 or 5. So it's 1, 2, 3. It can't be 1 because that would put 1 both here and here. So it's not 1. And it can't be 3 because that would put 3 both 3 here and here. So this is 2 or 6, putting 3 in one of those two. But if this is 2, this is 3. Oh, this is glorious. If this is 2, this becomes 3. That sums to 5. That would have to be a 9, and that doesn't work. That's a 6. That's a 3. That is so cool. So now this says these have to sum to 8. They could be 1, 7. They can't be 2, 6. And they can't be 3, 5. These are 1 and 7. And the 7's looking down here means this is the 1 and this is the 7. The 1 looks up making this 3 and this 1. The 3 looks across making this 5 and this 3. 1 is now in one of those 3, so there's no 1 in this 18 cage. Could there have been? 1 would mean the others would have to be 17, so 189 is no longer possible. 7, no, that's not it. 5 is down here somewhere. 3 is in one of those 2. What clues have been done, actually? I've done the 4 clue. Actually, let's use red. I've done the 4 clue. I've done the 7 clue. Actually, I can do stuff over here. This 5 clue makes that the 2, which means that's the 2. So those are done. So let's mark these clues as done. Now, the 6 and the 9 are not done. This 5 clue means that's the 5, and this is the 5. So these clues are done. This 8 clue is in 8 is in the 5th position. So this is actually an 8 and this clue is done. The 6 has put the 3 there. That clue is done. So the only clues that are not done now are this 6 and 9. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so this 18 clue now doesn't have an 8 in it either. Doesn't have a 1, doesn't have an 8, could have a 7. So what can this 18 cage be? Let's look at this quadruple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 5, 7, 8. Well, I can't put 7 in any of those because of the 6, 9 clue here. This isn't a 5 because of the 5 here. This is not a 2 for multiple reasons. So there's a 2 in one of those. Now, can I put a 2 in the 18 cage? It would mean I need another 16. So it would be 2, 7, and 9. So this would be 2, 7, 9. Don't see why that would be a problem. This is a quadruple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 8, 9. Well, there's no 8 there. There's no 3 in any of those. So that becomes a 3. Which means 3 is in one of those 2. Could that actually be a 3? If this is a 3, these have to sum to 15. So they'd be 3, 6, 9, and they can't. Because this would be 3. These would have to sum to 15. I can't use 7, 8. Why am I putting 8 in there? This is just the 8. So these are 2, 5, and 7. But this can't be the 3, because these would have to sum to 15, and there's no way of doing that. This is not the 3. This is the 3. This is 2, 5, and 7. So there's no 3 in that cage. This 8 means this is not 8. Eight is in one of those 2. So, okay, there's probably Sudoku to be done here. I'm terrible at this sort of stuff. If this is 2, this would be 5. They would... No, this can't be 2. If this is 2, this has to be 7. Because if this is 2, this becomes 5. 2 and 5 sum to 7. That would have to be an 11. That is a 7. There you go. So this is a 7. So these have to sum to 11, which is 9, 2, or 5... Whoops. 9, 2, or 5, 6. So this is a 6 or a 9. There you go. Which hasn't helped me as much as I might think. But that 7 means that's the 9 and that's the 6. This is not the 7 and this is the 7. And now I believe all of the numbered rooms clues are done. 7 is in one of those 2. I feel I'm being hammered by Sudoku. 1 is in one of those 2. 4 is in one of those two. Seven is in one of those two. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 5 is, well, 5 is right there. So this is 7 and this is 4 and 6. 4, 6 makes this 9. 9 and 7 is 16. So that's the 2, that's the 5. That 2 makes this 1 and this 2. That is not 2. Why was I tempted to make a Zathras quote on not 2? It's not the 1. The 4, 6, or this 9 makes this the 2, which means this is an 8, 9 pair. 2 is now in one of those. But the 2 here means that's not the 1. This is the 1. Also not a Zathras quote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. The 6 and 7 means that's the 6 and the 7 already in the row means that's the 9. This is the 6, 7. The 9 looks back, making that 8 and that 9. This is now a pair, which is a 1, 4 pair. This is not a pair. It is 6, 7, and 8, but there must be an 8 in it. That is not a 7 because of that. There is a 9 down here. Cool. This 13 cage cannot have a 7 in it. Okay. Can it have a 1? If this is a 1, this has to sum to 12. It can't be 9, 3. It could be 8, 4. So, yes, it can have a 1 in it. Okay, let's grab this triple, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, and 6. Well, there's no 1 there. There's no 6 there. Cool. I'm digging in the wrong place. Hmm. 3 is in one of those two. I've done all the numbered rooms. This is literally just Sudoku and Killer now. So I am just being oblivious to what is going on. It's got to be this 13 cage. Is there a digit? I can't put a 9 into this 13 cage because the 9 is down here. So I can't put 7 in it. I can't put 9 in it. Is there anything else I can't put in it? Can't put a 0 in it. There is no pi in this cage. Sorry, I'm having a day. Why am I taking this out on my viewers? Because I can. This is a quadruple. Let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 6, 8, 9. Well, there's no 9 in those, and there's no 9 there. There you go. There's some Sudoku to do. 4, 6, and 8. Well, there's no 8 there. Giving me a 4, 6 pair. That was unexpected. Unexpected 4, 6 pair. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 7, 9. Well, there's no 7 there. 1, 7, 9. Which I could have seen if I had been paying attention. This is 179. So what's this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 6, and 8. Still not cutting it. Where does 2 go in box 4? This 2 is knocking 2 out of those. That 2 is knocking 2 out of those, which means this has to be the 2. So this is a quadruple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 3, where's 4? Anywhere? 7 is up here. 8 is in one of those. So this is 3 or 4 only. Nope. I can't see the restriction on this. I have done all the numbered rooms, right? This is 4, 7, or 8 because the column is missing 4, 6, 7, and 8, and it sees a 6, 7. It's got to be this. And I can't see what it is. Five. This is a 3, 5 pair because 3 can't go in any of those and neither can 5. So this is a 3, 5 pair. This is a 4, 6, 8, giving me a 4, 6, 8 triple. So those two are those two. That is that. So this is not an 8. 8 is in one of those two. Two is in one of those two. Can this be a 2? If this is a 2, these sum to 11. They couldn't be 9, 2. They could be 3, 8. They could be 4, 7. No, they couldn't be 4, 7. They could be 3, 8. They could be 5, 6. So this could easily be a 2. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I'm going to quickly turn the pencil mark checker back on and see if I'm missing anything. I'm not. Why would you do a really nice, beautiful numbered rooms deduction intro? So what? So what's the deduction that I'm missing? 4. I'm looking at column 3. 4, 6, 7, 8. I'm trying to do this without. So 3 and 5. Hang on, 5. 5 can't go in any of those. There is a 5 in here. 5 is not in those or those. One of these is a 5. So the other two digits have to sum to 8. And they're not 1, 7. They could be 2, 6, 8. Right. So they can't be 1, 7. So 1, 7, 5 is out. 2, 6, 5 is possible. 3, 5, 5 is just not possible. And 4, 4, 5 is not possible. This is 2, 5, 6. Going to turn, sorry, I want to turn the pencil markers off. This is 2, 5, 6. It has to be because once I've got 5, the other ones need to be 8. 1, 7 is not possible. 2, 6 is possible. 3, 5, I can't double the 5. And 4, 4 doesn't work. So this is 2, 5, 6. The 2 can't be in here because of that 2. So this is a 5, 6 pair. This becomes the 2. That's what I was missing. This is the 4. There's no 4 here. This becomes 1 and this becomes 6 by the column logic. Now, 2, 5, 6 is not 2. The 5, 6 pair means 1's 2. Where is 3 in this row now? Because I can't put 3 in any of those. This 3 sees that one, and that can't be 3. So this is the 3, which makes this 4. This is now 7 or 8, and it's not 7. So this is 8, this is 7. These are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 1 and 3, and the 3 here makes this 1 and this 3. That looks up meaning that's not 1. This 3 looks up meaning that's 5 and that's 3. The 5 looks down making this 6 and this 5. That was the trick I did not see. This is the 6. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. It was just Sudoku I missed. 1, 2, 3. This is 4 and 9. And that is not resolved yet. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8. I could have used the box. This is not the 8, which means this is the 8, giving me the 4, 6 pair. 4, 6. The 4 looks up making this 6 and this 4, which makes this 4. The 6 looks down making this 7 and this 6. That takes 7 out of both of the 7 out of that. The 7 makes that 8 and that 6 basically. The 6 looks up taking 6 out of there. This 8 looks up taking 8 out of there. Now, this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is no 2 here because of the pencil marks I had. This 7 comes out of there. The 2 comes out of there. This is the 9. This is the 7. This is the 2. The 7 looks up taking 7 out of there. So this becomes the 7 because of the 1, 9 pair. I've got 4. The 4 makes this 6 and this 9, which makes this 4. The 6, or the 4 makes this 8. The 6 makes this 4 and this 6. And this 4 makes this 1, which makes this 4. And the 1 looks up making this 9 and this 1. And that is the correct solution, but they don't check out. I still don't get the title. I mean, what doesn't check out is my Sudoku skill and why I'm running a Sudoku channel. But I have fun. And fun is what it's about. But they don't check out, but it's what it's all about. It is what it is. That was really cool. That was a really nice numbered rooms puzzle with some beautiful deductions. And when you figured out what was going on, intro, a little bit above intro, but it was not like, yeah, this was a lunch break puzzle, and close to it. One of the closest to intro numbered room puzzles I've seen without it just being gimmies. Very, very cool. And the fact that you were able to figure these out by just sort of thinking about the cages a bit, and then this got forced, and that just gave you some beautiful stuff. And then it was some tricky killer, which is fine. We've all done it. Well, not all of us, but if you're new to the channel, you won't have. But a lot of us have done a lot of killer puzzles. They weren't that hard killer. It was really, really beautifully designed. All of the clues just gave exactly the right information. And this was obviously, yeah, these 227755, figuring out the entropy. Yeah, really nice stuff. Thank you, Twototenth, for giving permission for this to be submitted. I really do appreciate it. And I hope more people recommend puzzles and prompt setters to submit. That would be great. I really like doing puzzles for the channel and bringing them to people. If your puzzle does get featured here, I look at the click counts for how many people actually click on puzzle links when a puzzle of mine is featured, and it's about 900 clicks every time a puzzle of mine is featured on average. So yeah, it's kind of worth it if you want your puzzles to be seen. Thank you everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.